what exists outside of these 15 dimensions, if anything. Yeah. So what do you think exists outside it? And I'll tell you what I think.
Well, okay. I'm kind of resonating and intrigued by the idea that you said there are like multiple of these and multiple sources basically.
Yeah.
If we were to call the source the top of the 15th dimension or whatever, that's emanating throughout these hierarchy of, archangels, down to demons and, down to density 1, whatever. If that is one of its theme park, there's obviously more to that because microcosm, macrocosm, it's just, that's kind of how I see it. It's just all transforming and transmutating, and it's just all energy, and we're just riding out each wave that we want to, and the more we're aware of it, we can connect our awareness to it and ride that wave. And I don't think confined to the 15th dimension in any way, because there might be a universe where it might not have 15th dimension, or it might not act that way. It could be just this universe.
Do you think then we have to go through journeys in one, let's call it a theme park so people can get their head around it, so one 15-dimensional theme park at a time? Do you think we might, this is my personal view, Stella, I think that as my consciousness, I think it's split into many, 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 many different forms in this 15 dimensions. So I think I exist outside the 15 dimensions, like my higher self.
Oh, I see.
And then I think you've got your theme park there. Yeah. Do you remember we talked the other day about balls on a pool table, just so people can visualize what we're talking about? So what we're talking about now, anyone listening, is we're in one ball. So imagine a pool table that's infinitely long, and it's got infinite amounts of pool balls on it, and every single pool ball is one of these, for instance, 15-dimensional matrices like we're in now, what we're experiencing. Well, I think our consciousness is like above the pool table with source. So I think source energy is like above the pool table and looking down at all these different creations, what source has made for us, for source, because we're all source, aren't we, to fractal ourselves off, to go into that one particular pool ball. And then once we get into the pool ball, that dimension, this 15, what we're in now, I think then we split ourselves into many, many, many other different forms and experience it all at once, all different aspects. Yeah, does that resonate with you?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I want to go into several points. I think when we try to make sense of things, it's like the sense is kind of like the knowing, the awareness. So it's like, as an awareness, a pure awareness, maybe it's on top of the hierarchy or whatever, but as pure awareness, there's no limitation. So you're aware of everything and nothing. But as we come down, like you said, we're splitting our souls and leaving little bits of pieces down the line, because the more down we go, we have to leave it out. And 90% of our consciousness is, forgotten and repressed and suppressed when we're like in the womb state. I think that's what they said. So it's very interesting because like you said, if that's one source, our awareness, actual awareness, like you said, our higher self might be just roaming around, someone else. And there's just a little fractal of it, just let me just experience this. Also I actually want to talk about what we talked about last time, is how we talked about going down the density and how it's not usual, I guess, for it to come down the density, but also we talked about how it could be acting as a springboard to get out.
Yeah, I think I remember the conversation. Yeah, when we was talking about the journey of our consciousness once we enter one of these theme parks, one of these 15 dimensions. Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense to me to start off at the very highest level. So a lot of people think you come into these universes, then you're always progressing upwards, outwards. Well, I think not. I think you start at the very top because as a new soul into that new theme park, you don't know the rules, you don't know what it's all about. So you come in as virtually nearly like Source, so on the 15th dimension. You know what I mean? And then I think as you get more experienced in that level, you want to experience a denser level because I think
harder.
Yeah, because when you're Source, imagine being Source, you everything all at once, every possibility. Wow. There's no fear, there's no nothing. But when you come into a lower level, then you start to suppress yourself as a consciousness.
Wow, that is so. Yeah, that resonates a lot. Yeah,
and so
that makes a lot of sense. It's very simple. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and also. A thing that just kind of came into mind is more like, like they say, the only way is through it. A lot of teachings, they say that, and like, you only have to go into the darkness to find the light.
Yeah.
You don't find light anywhere. It's like all the same teaching, but it kind of relates to going down, 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 like falling, like a fallen angel. Frequency to matter. Very dense, and then
very dense, like we are now,
and finding awaken, and getting out of that game.
Yeah,
and then maybe we're going to another pool ball, another game, and
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I think happens. I think you go down like this level that we're on now. We're in a really tough, dense level, and we're all reawakening now on this planet to who we really are. We're all starting to connect back to Source, to God. We're realizing that we are part of this oneness, what's above all, this pool table, which is the oneness of everything. We're realizing that, and now we're starting to go back up the dimensions. But this time though, we're going back up the dimensions, but we've got the knowledge and the experience of all the lower ones. So I think then once we get to a progression where if we decide we want to pop our consciousness totally out of the pool ball, the 15 dimensions, go back to Source, maybe we just go back to Source of the oneness. But I do believe we do keep an individual consciousness as well. I do believe once you've come away from Source, this is all knowing for me, by the way, Stella. This is nothing what I've read. This is just something I feel is true inside of me, because I think I've gone through this process once before. And I think that you go back to Source then, but I think you keep your individualness, but you've got the oneness as well of everything. And then I think that after a while, because let's face it, if infinity, I know we say time doesn't exist, but if you never stop existing, then why not go into another pool ball, like you said? So just pop back into another one and start another journey in a universe what we can't even bring into any way, shape, or form of thinking.
It might not even be called a universe.
Well, exactly. We don't know, do we? Because this is our awareness at the moment where we are now is all based on this pool ball
and universal laws and
exactly. Yeah. So the other ones might be something just we can't imagine what it is. Yeah. And then on and on and on. Yeah.